New at 5, it's silence from the 7 board members who make up the Syracuse Housing Authority Board. The I-Team reached out to each board member, seeking clarity on their specific role in our community, the Housing Authority's struggles with major project delays, and the recent violation of the open meetings law. When we confronted the executive director, Bill Simmons, he dismissed concern and said he only answers to the board, and no one is asking him to resign or step down. That board includes 5 people appointed by Syracuse Mayor Ben Walsh and 2 people who live in Syracuse public housing. CBS 5's Mary Keeler is with the Live Eye in Syracuse right now.
Yeah, Michael, SHA's executive director says he only answers to his board of commissioners, not the people who live in these public housing blocks in Syracuse, not the mayor and not City Hall. So tonight we're introducing you to the people he does answer to, the ones who are not answering our questions on the record. Following Thursday's board meeting at the Syracuse Housing Authority headquarters, the executive director said he answers to nobody but his board.
The board hires me and fires me. The board has not come to me and said, Bill, we want you to step down. So that's all that counts.
This was the same board that moments earlier remained silent as they conducted the public's business in secret for more than 40 minutes. 2 community members, the city's commissioner of neighborhood and business development, and 2 CNY Central journalists locked out and left in the building's lobby.
It's a little puzzling that they didn't say anything when the public wasn't part of this latest meeting, I guess.
On Friday, the I-Team reached out to all 7 commissioners via email. We invited them to participate in our reporting, meet for an interview, and introduce themselves to the community they now serve. We then asked 2 questions. 1, did you know the board violated New York State open meetings law by failing to allow the public and our crew in at the start of the board meeting? And 2, Bill Simmons says nobody on the board has asked him to step down. Is that true? 5 days later, no responses from any of them. So here's what we've uncovered. Calvin Corridor Sr. is the chair of the board. His LinkedIn says he's managing director of a consulting firm focused on banking. The mayor appointed him to the board and his term expires in October 2026. Christopher Montgomery is vice chair. The mayor appointed him too, and his term ends in October 2027. His LinkedIn shows he works at the Syracuse Educational Opportunity Center through SUNY Morrisville. Ryan Benz was just recently appointed by the mayor. He owns a popular restaurant in downtown Syracuse, is a partner at a development company, and works with Acropolis Realty Group. Commissioners Jerlene Harper and newly elected Kawanka Ellerby are both SHA community members elected to this board by their neighbors. Walt Dixie is a mayoral appointee, and his term ends this October. He's the head of Jubilee Homes in Syracuse. Finally, City Clerk Patricia McBride, her term ends in October 2029. Making sure that all the dates and things are correct on your LinkedIn, where you're currently employed and your experience. We repeatedly tried following up with board members either by phone and or email. Still no responses. And according to Bill Simmons, who earns $185,000 according to seethroughnewyork.net, he has the total support of his whole board. And we still invite the commissioners to speak with us, sit down and do an interview, as we want to ask the questions that we started to ask them and others on behalf of the community of residents here who say they don't have confidence and they don't feel like they have a voice with their landlord. Live in Syracuse tonight, I'm Mary Keeler.
Mary, I just want to be clear on the timing here. The first outreach for this report today was last week, so they've had several days to get back, right?
Yep, I reached out to each board member individually by email so that they all had an opportunity to individually respond and just reply to me. And then yesterday, Monday, when I got in, I said by 2 p.m. today, in order for us to file a report and include you, whether it's comment or an interview, that needed to be done by 2 p.m. today. Of course, we would have made any other arrangements if an interview is possible or they wanted to speak with us. But we did follow up, and we will keep trying.
Okay, so far nobody wants to talk. Mary, thank you.